Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today into something I know a lot of us think about, especially as small business owners, freelancers, entrepreneurs, maybe even some corporate teams out there.
Yeah.
And that's passive income.
Ooh, yeah.
Who doesn't love the idea of making money without, constantly trading their time for it?
Yeah.
So I've been checking out a couple different perspectives on this whole passive income thing.
Yeah.
One from a really successful online entrepreneur, built a bunch of different income streams,
hmm
and then another from an investor who, well, let's just say he really knows his stuff when it comes to passive income.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty amazing how much they agree on.
Right. I was surprised too.
Things are just like fundamental no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, totally. Okay,
Yeah.
so first things first, both these guys are like straight up. Passive income doesn't mean you do nothing.
Yeah.
It's more about putting in the work up front to build something that can, keep making you money over time.
I think of it like this. Less about avoiding work and more about building systems or assets that work for you. Kind of like how we approach business in general, right? You put in the effort to build that foundation, and then hopefully it pays off down the line.
Makes sense. So if it's not about just like kicking back and watching the cash roll in, what's the real key? Like, how do you actually make this passive income thing work?
It all boils down to one word: value. Both these guys talked about it constantly. And it makes sense, right? I mean, every successful passive income stream, whether it's courses online or rental properties or whatever, they're all solving a problem for somebody or meeting some kind of need.
Okay, I get that. I hear value exchange all the time, but sometimes it feels kind of, I don't know, vague. How would you actually define it when it comes to different passive income streams?
You got to really understand your audience like
Right.
deeply. What are their pain points? What are they hoping for? What challenges are they facing? Once you get that, then you can create something that really helps them.
Yeah.
Maybe it saves them time or gives them some entertainment, or maybe solves a very specific problem they have. Heck, maybe it just makes them happy.
Right. So it's not just about like throwing any old product or service out there. It's got to actually connect with the people you're trying to reach,
Exactly.
which I guess ties into the whole audience building thing that they both talk so much about, especially for online businesses.
Huge point. It's rare that you just put something out there and people magically flock to it. It's
Okay.
about building that loyal audience, people who know you, like you, trust you.
Yeah.
That's what makes all the difference.
Yeah. It's easy to get excited by all these passive income ideas that sound easy to start, but like you're saying, the real work is building those relationships over time.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a long game. One of them even said you should be prepared to create and share valuable stuff for free consistently for like 2 years before you see any serious return.
2 years, oh, whoa.
Might sound daunting, but think of it as an investment.
Yeah, that's serious dedication. But I guess it shows you're serious, right? You're the expert. You're building that trust, proving you're here to help.
Exactly. Planting those seeds, nurturing them, the rewards will come, but it takes time.
Love that. By the way, if you guys are finding this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and share this deep dive with anyone who might benefit. We're all in this together, right?
Sure.
Okay, so let's get into some specifics. One of the guys talked about his experience with index funds, specifically the S&P 500. He said it's a great place to start, especially if you're new to investing. He even broke it down, like how much you'd actually need to invest to earn, say, $100 a month passively. And it wasn't some crazy number.
You know what I found interesting? He was really focused on the long game. Been investing for years, and that's where the real power of compound interest kicks in. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building that wealth steadily over time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in the whole overnight success hype.
Totally.
Another thing that really caught my attention was his YouTube journey. He's actually making a good chunk of passive income just from ads on his older videos. It's a great example of what they call evergreen content, stuff that stays relevant and valuable for years.
It's a smart move for any content creator. Think about how you can create stuff that has that long-term value. And he was really consistent too, talking about uploading videos weekly for over a year before he really started seeing a return.
Wow, that's persistence.
Definitely shows you it can be done. You can build a successful online business from scratch, but it takes work and patience.
Yeah. And he's not just making money from the ads either.
Right. He's got brand deals, merch, all that, which might not be strictly passive, but it all contributes to the business as a whole.
Yeah. Shows how important it is to have multiple income streams, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're running an online business.
For sure. But the core message is still the same. Build that audience by creating quality content that people actually want.
And speaking of content, he also talked about podcasts.
Podcasts. They can be a bit tricky to monetize directly through ads like on YouTube, but they're amazing for building that audience, becoming an authority in your space.
Yeah.
He's actually making a pretty good weekly income from his podcast through brand deals and a membership community he's built.
Oh, wow. That's encouraging for anyone thinking of starting a podcast.
Yeah, and he gave an example of his housemate who's building a successful podcast
From scratch.
shows you don't need a huge following to get started. It's
Yeah.
about creating that good content consistently, engaging with your listeners.
Right. It all comes back to finding that right formula, doesn't it? Knowing your audience, creating valuable stuff, showing up consistently, being authentic. And then there's affiliate marketing. It just seems like a win-win, you know? You recommend products or services you love, and you get a commission for each sale.
And he actually told this story about his son's girlfriend who made like $300 in a single day just by sharing a sign-up link with her friends.
In one day.
Yeah, crazy, right? Shows how simple and effective it can be.
But he also made it clear that affiliate marketing isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
It takes patience, you got to be willing to learn, and most importantly, you got to genuinely want to help your audience.
Authenticity is key. Don't just promote any random thing that comes your way. Focus on stuff you actually believe in, stuff that aligns with what your audience needs and is interested in.
He talked about how he promotes Skillshare, right?
Yeah, Skillshare.
Because he actually uses it and has created his own successful courses on there.
Oh, I need to check those out.
Great. He breaks down how to build a side hustle, step by step, super valuable stuff.
Definitely adding that to my list. Okay, so shifting gears a bit, let's talk about digital products.
Ah, yes. The
Yeah.
beauty of creating something once and selling it forever.
The potential there is huge. He shared some crazy stories, like this guy who made 6 figures in just a few weeks selling an iOS icon set.
In a few weeks.
It's about finding that niche, creating a quality product that solves a specific problem. And since there's no physical production or shipping, the profit margins are insane.
Yeah. He also mentioned a YouTuber friend who's made over $700,000 since 2014 just selling website themes.
Wow.
That's inspiring, right? Using your skills and creativity to build assets that can make you money for years to come.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your passion and expertise meet a real need in the market.
Right.
Once you find that, there's no limit.
So we've seen some pretty amazing examples of passive income, but now I want to dive into some strategies that I think will especially resonate with our audience.
Okay.
You know, entrepreneurs, freelancers, anyone looking to build a business that can kind of run itself.
Yeah.
One that really stood out to me is online courses.
Online courses are fantastic. You're basically packaging your knowledge into a product that people can access anytime, anywhere.
Right. And one of the sources we're looking at, he's absolutely crushing it with online courses. He makes a great monthly income from his courses on Skillshare. You know,
Yeah.
Skillshare, right? That platform where you don't have to worry about the whole marketing and selling part yourself.
Oh, yeah, Skillshare.
It could be a really good starting point, especially for beginners. It's like
Mhm.
having your content featured in this massive online library.
Yeah.
People are already there looking for information, so you get to tap into that existing audience.
Takes a lot of the pressure off for sure, especially in the beginning.
Right. But he also pointed out that building your own platform gives you way more control. You set your own prices, branding, the whole experience.
Yeah, there are definitely pros and cons to both. Skillshare gives you that ease and reach, while your own platform gives you more autonomy and potentially higher profits.
It's all about figuring out what works best for your goals and resources.
Sure.
You know what? If you guys are these insights and want more deep dives like this on passive income, hit that like button and share this with your network. Let's help each other out.
Absolutely.
All right, so another strategy that I think goes really well with online courses, especially if you're all about building a community, is the membership model.
Membership communities are everywhere these days.
I know, right?
And for good reason.
Yeah.
They let you provide ongoing value, connect with your audience on a deeper level, and generate recurring revenue.
One of the sources actually shared his experience with building a membership community, specifically for people who'd already taken his online courses.
Oh, interesting.
He focuses on providing extra support, networking opportunities, exclusive content, all that good stuff to keep his members engaged.
Makes sense. It's like a VIP club for your biggest fans.
Exactly. But he also talked about how it does take work to keep a membership community active.
Right. It's not a set it and forget it thing.
No, you got to stay involved, keep people engaged.
But the rewards are there, both financially and in terms of building that loyal tribe.
Yeah. He also talked about a YouTuber friend who's got this thriving Patreon community, makes thousands of dollars each month just from her most passionate fans who are happy to support her work and get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff.
Patreon is amazing for that. Connecting with your biggest fans, building that sustainable income stream.
It's about shifting from that one-time transaction to an ongoing relationship. You're creating a space where people feel valued, supported, part of something special. Now, for those of you who might not be creators or course creators, don't worry. There's still tons of ways to generate passive income, even with your existing business.
Totally.
One of the sources really emphasized the power of automation and delegation. Think about it. What parts of your business could you automate or delegate to free up your time and energy?
Yeah, makes sense.
He told this great story about his friend who runs a super successful marketing agency. By using tools like Zapier, he's automated a ton of his day-to-day operations, so he can take on more clients without working more hours.
That's smart. Working smarter, not harder, right? Building those systems that can run smoothly without constant attention.
Exactly. That's how you scale a business.
Yeah.
He also shared an example of a friend who built a $1 million Shopify store selling physical products.
Wow.
But he's been able to step back from the day-to-day grind by building a team to manage everything.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Totally. Creating a business that works for you, not the other way around.
And for those who maybe don't have a business to automate or delegate, there's always the option of renting out existing assets.
Oh yeah, like what?
Simple but effective way to make some passive income.
Example.
He actually shared a story about a friend who was having money troubles. Ended up making a decent weekly income just by renting out his driveway.
No way. Seriously.
Seriously, it's all about leveraging what you've already got, you know?
That's awesome. There are tons of platforms now that make it super easy to rent out all sorts of things, from camera gear to camping equipment to cars to spare rooms in your house.
Yeah, like Fat Llama, Turo, Airbnb, all those.
It's never been easier to turn your unused stuff into a source of income.
Totally agree.
It's about looking around with fresh eyes and seeing the potential, right?
Yeah.
Before we move on, I want to touch on something both these guys kept coming back to. The trade-off between the time you invest up front and the potential for passive income later on.
That's a big one. You got to understand that. Some passive income streams, like renting out a room or investing in dividend stocks, those are pretty quick and easy to set up.
Right.
But they might not have the same kind of earning potential as something like building a digital product or an online business.
I like to think of it like planting a seed versus planting a tree. A tree takes more work to plant, but it has the potential for a much bigger harvest over time.
Exactly. It all comes down to your own strengths, resources, and how much risk you're comfortable with.
Right, right. If you're willing to put in the work up front to build something with the potential to really take off, then maybe an online course or a digital product is the way to go. But if you prefer a more hands-off approach and you have some money to invest, then real estate or dividend stocks might be more appealing.
It's about finding that balance that works for you. And remember, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. It's about experimenting, learning, and adapting as you go.
Absolutely. And even the most passive income streams still require some level of effort and attention, right? It's about finding that sweet spot where you can make money without being chained to your work 24/7.
That's the goal. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what's resonating with you so far?
Yeah. What are some of the key takeaways that are sticking with you?
We've covered a lot of ground already, huh? From debunking the myth of truly passive income to exploring a bunch of different strategies.
It has been quite a journey so far.
Yeah.
But it's been really cool to see how all these different approaches kind of come back to the same core principles, like providing value, building an audience, understanding the whole time versus potential return thing.
Absolutely. And even though we've shared a ton of examples and practical tips, the real question is, what does all this mean for you, the listener?
Right. It's great to learn about all this stuff, but it's got to be applicable to your own life and business.
Exactly.
We don't want this to just be some theoretical deep dive. We want you guys to actually take action, start building your own passive income streams.
Think about it like this: passive income isn't some destination, it's more like a journey.
Okay, I like that.
It's about constantly learning, trying new things, tweaking your approach as you go. And ultimately, it's about building a whole portfolio of income streams that work for you.
Whether it's a side hustle that brings in a little extra cash or a full-blown business that replaces your 9-to-5.
Exactly.
I love that, the portfolio analogy. It takes the pressure off trying to find that one perfect strategy. You can explore different options, diversify your income.
Exactly. And you might start with something super simple, like renting out that spare room or investing in a dividend stock. As you get more comfortable, you can try more complex things like creating digital products, courses, or even launching a membership community.
Totally. And something we've touched on before, but it's worth repeating. Patience is key. Don't expect to become a passive income superstar overnight. Building these sustainable income streams takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency.
It does, but the rewards are huge, more financial freedom, more flexibility, the ability to design a life that actually reflects your values and goals.
It's not even just about the money. It's about the freedom that comes with it.
Right, absolutely. More control over your time, your future. As you embark on your own passive income journey, I want to leave you with a few key takeaways to keep in mind.
Okay, I'm listening.
First, focus on providing real, genuine value. Don't chase the latest fads or those get-rich-quick schemes.
Yeah, those never work.
Find a problem you can solve, a need you can fulfill, and build your whole strategy around that.
Makes sense. You're creating something that actually helps people, something that makes their lives better, easier, more enjoyable.
Exactly. Second, build an audience, whether it's through social media, a blog, a podcast, email, whatever. Connect with people who are interested in what you have to offer.
It's all about relationships, right?
Yeah.
Building a community around your brand, your message.
And finally, remember that passive income isn't about being lazy. It's about working smarter. It's about putting in the effort up front to build systems and assets that can make you money over time, even while you sleep.
It's about using your time, your skills, your creativity to build a life where you can really thrive, both financially and personally.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of passive income, I want to leave you with one last question to think about.
Get me?
In a world where time is literally money, which passive income strategies are you going to invest your precious time and energy in?
What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What kind of impact do you want to make?
Take some time to really think about those questions and then take action. Start small, experiment, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and never give up on building that life of freedom and abundance.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into passive income. We can't wait to see what you create.
Wow, we've really covered a lot of ground, haven't we?
We have. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, from debunking the myth of truly passive income to exploring all these different strategies and examples.
It's amazing to see how it all comes back to those same core ideas, though, right? Like providing value, building that audience, understanding that whole time investment versus potential return thing.
Exactly. And even though we've shared tons of inspiring stories and practical advice, the big question is, what does it all mean for you?
Yeah, what can you actually take away from all this and apply to your own life, your own business?
Exactly. We don't want this to just be some theoretical exercise, right?
No way.
We want you guys to actually take action, start building those passive income streams for yourselves.
Absolutely.
Think of it this way. Passive income, it's not a destination, it's a journey.
Okay, I like that.
It's about constantly learning, experimenting, refining your approach. It's about building a whole portfolio of income streams that work for you.
A portfolio, I like that.
Whether it's a side hustle that brings in some extra cash
Yeah.
or a full-on business that replaces your 9-to-5.
Right.
And you might start small, maybe with something like renting out a spare room or investing in a dividend stock. And then as you get more comfortable, you can explore those more complex strategies like creating digital products or building an online course, even launching a membership community.
Yeah, build up to it.
Exactly. And remember, patience is key. Don't expect to become a passive income millionaire overnight. These things take time, they take effort, they take consistent action.
Yeah, for sure. But the rewards can be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
More financial freedom, more flexibility, the ability to design a life that truly aligns with your values and your goals.
It's not just about the money, it's about the freedom that comes with it.
Right.
More control over your time, your future. As you embark on your own passive income journey, I want to leave you with a few key takeaways to remember. First, focus on providing real, genuine value. Don't chase those get-rich-quick schemes.
No, they never work.
Find a problem you can solve, a need you can fulfill, and build your entire strategy around that.
Create something that actually helps people. Right.
Exactly. Makes their lives better, easier, or more enjoyable.
Makes sense.
Second, build that audience, whether it's through social media, a blog, a podcast, email marketing, whatever it is. Connect with people who are interested in what you have to offer.
It's all about relationships, right?
Yeah.
Building a community around your brand, your message.
And finally, remember this. Passive income isn't about being lazy. It's about working smarter, not harder. putting in the effort up front to build those systems and assets that can generate income over time, even while you sleep.
It's about using your time wisely, your skills, your creativity, to build a life where you can truly thrive, both financially and personally.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of passive income, I want to leave you with one final question to ponder.
Okay, lay it on me.
In a world where time is literally money, which passive income strategies are you going to invest your precious time and energy in?
What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What kind of impact do you want to make?
Take some time to reflect on those questions, and then take action. Start small, experiment, learn from those mistakes, and never give up on that dream of building a life of freedom and abundance.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So that wraps up our deep dive into the world of passive income. Thanks for joining us. We hope you found this valuable, and we can't wait to see what you create.